How many times a month do you walk into a supermarket? 10? 15? You think you know the place, right? You think it's all about choice, convenience, getting what you need? Well, you're completely, and I mean utterly, wrong. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the single greatest deception you face every single week. Just let that sink in for a second, because by the end of this, you're going to understand just how true that is. This isn't about selling groceries. Oh no, this is about control. The whole system, every single part of it, is built on one foundational, absolutely perfect lie. A lie so good, you've spent your entire life believing it without even a single second thought.
Yeah, we've been sold this beautiful story, haven't we? This idea of a giant pantry, perfectly organized just for us. But that picture of freedom and endless choice, it's nothing more than a carefully built stage, an illusion, designed to hide what the machine is really built to do. The truth? The truth is, you're walking into a machine, an architecture of compulsion that's been perfected for over 100 years. And you were never, ever meant to win. To really understand the cage, you've got to meet the architect. His name was Clarence Saunders. Now, history books might call him a grocer. He was not a grocer. He was a behavioral engineer. And back in 1916, he built a brand new kind of prison, a prison for the human will. See, before Saunders, a person, a real human clerk, stood between you and the product. That clerk was a gatekeeper, right? A buffer that forced you to actually stop and think about your purchase. Saunders saw that little moment of thought as the enemy. His obsession was to completely destroy it. And this was his genius move. He turned a public, conscious transaction into a silent, private hunt. He isolated you. He left your tired brain in a one-on-one showdown with a multi-million-dollar marketing department. And let's be honest, you don't stand a chance in that fight. Saunders didn't just change a store's layout. He patented an entire system of psychological warfare. So let's break down his original brilliant weapons of control. Every single step here is a weapon. The turnstile, it's not a gate, it's a commitment trap. Once you're in, you're in. The basket, that creates a void your brain feels compelled to fill. It's a fact. Shoppers with carts spend way more. The winding layout is a forced march past temptation. And the price tag on every item, that turns one big decision into dozens of tiny, silent surrenders that you only add up at the very, very end. It's genius. It's kind of diabolical. So, Saunders built the blueprint, but today's supermarkets? Whoa. They have refined his weapons with terrifying scientific precision. Welcome to the modern battlefield for your wallet. The second you walk in, bam, you're hit with the first attack, the decompression zone. It only takes about 90 seconds for your brain to just downshift into this suggestible trance. That amazing smell of baking bread? Yeah, it's often an artificial scent pumped right through the vents to make you feel comfortable and hungry, to make you buy more. The manipulation is on every single shelf. The most expensive brands? Right at your eye level. The cheaper store brands? Oh, they make you physically work for those. Bend down, reach up, and the things you actually need, like milk, always at the very back, forcing you to walk the entire gauntlet of temptations just to get it. You know those big displays at the end of the aisles? You think those are special deals, right? Your brain is literally programmed to think so, but you are being played. Just moving a product to an end cap can boost its sales by 800%. 800, even with zero discount. It's not a discovery, it's an advertisement disguised as a deal. Okay, and here it is. This is the crucial point. The entire store, the forced march, the whole thing is designed to push you toward a tiny, tiny fraction of its products. A staggering 90% of a supermarket's profit comes from just 10% of its items. The high-margin, processed junk foods in the center aisles. The rest of the store? It's just bait. And of course, there's the oldest trick in the book, charm pricing. Your brain doesn't see basically $3. It sees two something. It's a simple, brutal hack on your brain's outdated software. And guess what? It works every single time. Okay, so you're in a rigged game. Your willpower is like a candle in a hurricane. So how do you fight back? Here's the secret. You don't fight with discipline. You fight with intelligence.
This right here is the key. You have to change your entire mindset. Your mission is no longer to shop. your mission is to enter a contested environment, extract specific resources from your list, and get out with minimum collateral damage to your bank account. Your new protocol is called the OODA loop. It's a decision-making framework developed by fighter pilots for combat. First, observe the trap, the bakery smell, the end cap. Then orient yourself. Know it's a tactic. Decide to stick to your plan. And finally, act on that decision. You are now the pilot, not the passenger.
So here's the practical difference. The passive shopper sees a sale tag and thinks, what a good deal. The intelligence analyst asks, okay, but what's the unit price? The shopper sees a special display. The analyst sees a high-margin ad. You are no longer playing their game. You're playing your own.
Let's be crystal clear about this. You walk into that store with a plan, a list, an intention. But the entire environment is scientifically engineered to kill that intent and replace it with pure impulse. That is the machine's one and only job. For 100 years, this system has been running in the shadows, using your own psychology against you. But here's the thing. It only works when you don't see the architecture. Now, you see it. Now you know the rules, so go out there and win.